Hello and welcome to BRC TV, coming to you from the Chief De Beers room overlooking Doomben Racecourse. We'll talk about the significance of being in this room this particular week a little later, but first, let's look at what's coming up on this week's show. We speak with Kris Lees about Stradbroke season plans for Mugatoo, the All-Star Mile winner who is on a potential path to the Doomben Cup in Q22. Racing returns to Doomben this Saturday and we speak with track manager Ross Smith, who's working feverishly behind us at the moment. He and his team have had to work a bit of wizardry over the past 10 days with all the wet weather. Bart will be along with a tip or two for Doomben and his Golden Slipper selection this weekend. But first, what's in a name when it comes to omen bets? Chris Anderson's Epic Girl is a mare who just keeps saluting on big days of racing for the ladies, the BRC's Girls' Day Out being the most recent.
But Epic Girl broke clear over 2 lengths in front here from Royal Witness and also Maddie Rocks and Tessark. It's Epic Girl clear at the moment. Royal Witness tries and likewise Maddie Rocks, but it's all Epic Girl.
I love it when a plan comes together. Obviously Aidan did everything right that we asked. We thought the leader would lead and we sat outside it and yeah, she was very strong late. She's a tough mare, this horse. I've got to pay homage to Hannah Bayliss, who has done all the work on this horse from day one. She's a bit teary, but you'd understand why. A horse, it's probably when it first entered the yard, like we didn't expect a lot of it, and it's now won over $500,000.
Yeah, I've been with her since day dot, since she was a little filly coming into our barn, and she's always had quite a big attitude, but very, very sweet and certainly independent. So yeah, a big opinion of her since the very start. Her personality, everything about her is just, there's endless love for her for me.
How did it feel when she won on Girls' Day Out?
Oh, it was great. Like I said, she definitely lives up to her name, and she's won on Girls' Day Out and the pink ribbon, so twice now, and yeah, it's great for the crowd and people to get around it all.
I would assume with a lot of ladies on track on both those days, Epic Girl would be an omen bet, would it not?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like you would have thought they would have swung her way with the name, and I'm glad she could have put one away on those days.
I'm joined now by Bart Sinclair here in the Chief De Beers room, but there is some extra significance with being in this particular room this week.
Yeah, a bit of a sad note. Nathan Barry Greenup, the owner of Chief De Beers, passed away earlier this week. As we all know, Chief De Beers is a marvellous racehorse. He won 20 races all here at Doomben, a couple of Doomben 10,000, but he was a great police horse as well. So saw out his days at the Living Legends area outside of Melbourne. So the family are going to have a celebration of Barry's life here at Doomben on Monday.
He's one of the great stories of Queensland racing, wasn't he?
Oh, no doubt. It's just freakish that he just won all his races at Doomben. He ran well at other tracks, but never won.
No. All right, well, let's see if we can find another Doomben winner this weekend. Before we do, let's head south to Sydney, the postponed Golden Slipper. You got any thoughts there?
Yeah, I like stay inside. We are going to get a wet track. Just how wet, we don't know, but his effort in the Piero 2 runs back on a soft track was terrific, and he was third cruising at the home turn. In the Todman last time, he drew 7 out of 7, went back to last. Yeah. Good run there. They were home in sub 34 and he was coming 6 lengths off the lead, so I thought his run was good. Blouser, Artorius, the Blue Diamond winner. Not many of the Blue Diamond winners go on to the slipper, but they're my two.
I think stay inside. Also drawn much better this time too. You think he'd be a lot closer to the speed.
I'll be surprised if he's not 5th offence.
All right, we're agreeing so far. Let's see if we can change that soon enough. What are we doing at Doomben?
I think Roma Kess is a horse on the up. I like what he's done his last couple of runs, and I think he's improving. He's, I think, good value around about the 460. We might get a tad better because you're tipping one.
Yeah, well,
short odds.
Yes, you'd be one to talk about short odds, but I got in trouble for potting one last week, so I won't pot Roma Cash, but I do think Humboldt Current can turn the tables on him. Back to Doomben on a soft track. Next.
Yeah, I like Tara Jasmine in race 4. I thought she'd win last time. She was well tailed up, but the winner, Georgie's Pride, going very well. 6.5 kilo weight drop with Leah Killen at a ride, 13.50 around Doomben. I liked her Northern Rivers form before that Eagle Farm run. That weight gets me in.
Yeah, and the form from a previous run, Cough stood up at Eagle Farm in a stronger race that day.
Yep, it did, and she was beaten fair and square, but she battled on well under the big weight.
All right, so that's it for you, they're the 3?
That's enough.
All right, you were 0 from 3 last week, so I thought you might have another throw at the
You
stumps.
tipped a scratching, that was your best result.
I'll tip Humboldt Current. I think Tooraloo, $5, that's a little bit more amenable to your odds that you talk about. I think she showed promise. She went off the board, but she's right back in form now, as is the stable flying at the moment. So,
Yeah, David Van Dyke horse is running well.
yeah. Good luck, everyone. Ross Smith, is it fair to say it's been a challenging past 10 days for you here at Doomben?
It has been, Nathan. It's been testing, I can tell you that much.
A lot of people were surprised we got through that Doomben Wednesday meeting. The times from the race of that day suggested it was as wet as it's been in, say, 25 years. What sort of effect does a meeting like that have on the track?
Yeah, because we only had heavy drizzle, we didn't have any heavy rain to actually pool and, call visibility. That was our big saviour, I suppose you'd say. And as you've just walked across the track, you can feel how soft it is out there compared to inside 10 metres where we were racing Saturday.
There has been some commentary the past couple of weeks, sort of why don't we shift meetings from Doomben to Eagle Farm when we have weather events like those that we've seen the last fortnight? Can you just explain the situation there?
Eagle Farm's got a maintenance program that Racing Queensland want to follow as well. They want to top dress the track again with sand, a couple of mil of sand over the whole track. They want to slice it as well, so going into the next Easter Saturday they want to be able to do all that so it's ready to go.
Finally today, New South Wales trainer Kris Lees has Stradbroke season firmly in his sights with All-Star Mile winner Mugger 2. I caught up with him this week for a chat about how Brisbane fits into his long-term Cox Plate plans.
Russian Camelot and Mugger 2, stride for stride. Mugger 2 fights. Mugger 2 for New South Wales. 1 All-Star Mile, 3 by a half.
Last week we were pleased to hear that Mugger 2, the All-Star Mile winner, may well be headed to Brisbane. Could you just enlighten us on what your plans are for that horse?
Yeah, he's come back from Melbourne. He's in really good order. Come through that All-Star Mile win. So at this stage, I think it'd be more likely that he would run next in the Doncaster.
Okay, and then possibly into the Queen Elizabeth after that?
Look, we'd have that option to back up the following Saturday should he come through it really well, and after which we'd then decide whether we go on to a Doomben Cup in Q22. But one run at a time, but I'm certainly exploring all avenues with him.
Yeah, so tell us about how those Brisbane options sort of came on the radar and what might appeal to you about them.
Well, the Doomben Cup is always an option, I suppose, from a point of view that he's a horse I don't like him to have too long off. Doesn't mean he has to race, but he's a big gross horse and does very well when he does rest. So if we're thinking about a Cox Plate next season, it is a long time between the Queen Elizabeth to the Cox Plate for a horse who I like to race. I like to spread his races out if possible.
Yep.
So, it's something we will consider once we get through the Sydney Carnival.
Yeah. Brisbane's been a pretty happy hunting ground for you. You won your first Group 1 here back in 2005, and then 2017 you won 2 of the Group 1s here and won a Brisbane Cup a couple of years back. And Ventura Ocean's a horse that we've seen win here twice. Is he one that you might have pegged as being sort of possible to go on to some better races?
Yeah, I think so. He didn't win by a big space on Saturday, but he got a month between runs, and that with the amount of rain we've had at the Gold Coast, his work's been a little bit restricted.
And is there any other horses you've got earmarked as potential carnival contenders up here? Yeah,
I've given a horse called Special Reward. I think he's a really nice horse. He had a bit of an awkward preparation last time in, but this time he did run second in the Hunter here at Newcastle. Then he went to Queensland, tried to qualify for the Magic Millions in that qualifying race, but things didn't work out. But he's had a nice break, which he's never really been afforded. So we've given him a good long break, and he's a horse that could show up. He's probably a couple of weeks from a barrier trial. So the timing-wise, we're thinking that he'll get to Queensland.
Yeah. Between you and Cody Morgan, those Australian Bloodstock colours are they're totally dominating up here at the moment.
Yeah, they're having a really good run. Yeah, they've got a real special niche of finding them tried horses. They do all type of horses, but them tried horses, they do their form so well and identify the right horses. And sometimes them horses are well placed in some of your races up there where you've got your class races, that we don't have that luxury down here.
And can't let you go without asking about those very special drawings on the board behind you there. Is there some sort of cryptic message in those? Or?
No, that's what happens when your 9-year-old comes into the office now and then. So keeps him occupied.
Yes, the excitement is building towards Stradbroke season. Mugger 2, Nature Strip, and we look forward to more names coming up as we head towards the carnival starting in May. That's BRC TV for another week. Look forward to seeing you at the track this weekend.